Hey everyone, I'm Casey. We're back with a really cool product feature today from a company called Uptice. Now, one of probably the most handy add-ons that you can have for your Malibu or Access boat is a seat riser. This one in particular is from a company called Uptice, and they sell seat risers for a number of different boats, including the Malibu and Access boats. So I've got behind me my 2020 Malibu 23 LSV. It did not come with an electric seat riser, so we're going to go ahead and install this seat riser in it. Now, what makes this so unique is that it is a simple bolt-on product here. So one side bolts to the fiberglass below the seat, and then this side will bolt underneath the seat. And what makes it really neat is that you're able to adjust the level of height out of this. So you get a guaranteed seat rise. I'm going to put the exact amount on screen here. You can actually raise the seat even more depending on where you put your bolts at. So this is a really handy addition to your boat, especially if you do a lot of wake surfing, or if you've got your wedge deployed at maybe like a 4 or even 6, and that front end is sitting super high and you're not able to see over the bow. This is what you need for your boat. So let's go ahead and get into the install.
All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is lift up on the seat bolster. Underneath, you will see 2 Phillips head screws. Let's go ahead and remove them. These 2 screws keep the seat, the primary cushion, covered. Once this is removed, you will be able to have access to the seat bottom, which contains 6 bolts. Once all 6 bolts are removed, go ahead and remove the seat. You will now see the seat base that is connected to the boat. There are 6 screws that you need to remove. In order to do that, you need to rotate the seat base both clockwise and counterclockwise to remove all 6 screws from each side. With the seat base removed, go ahead and clean up the mounting area. You can now take the Uptice seat riser brackets and use the existing screws that you had for the seat base and screw in the seat riser. It is important to mention the placement of the screws, and when you do screw these in, it is also important to not tighten these. You want to leave them a little loose with a little bit of wiggle room, because for fitment's sake, for the seat and the seat base, you will want to have a little bit of wiggle room, so do not tighten these down to the fiberglass just yet. Now take the new bolts that were provided from Uptice and mount the other 2 Uptice brackets on the bottom of the swiveling seat base. I'm not going to lie, this was probably the trickiest part of this entire install, just because there's a lot of resistance from the swiveling mechanism. Make sure to take your time, and once again, do not over tighten these bolts, just because once you actually go to fit these on top of the existing brackets, that's when you will need to make sure that everything lines up the way that you want it to. So you can take your new swiveling seat base with the risers attached to it and put them on top of the risers that are on the actual fiberglass of the boat. You want to have 1 bolt to the edge of each bracket. So you'll have one on the farthest top side and one on the farthest bottom side for maximum support. Before re-adding the seat, make sure to tighten down the screws from the bottom bracket going into the fiberglass, as well as the bolts going from the swiveling seat base to the top brackets. Now you can finally tighten everything down because you have it all mounted. Once done, go ahead and reinstall the driver's seat and bolt back in the 6 bolts. The final step is to re-add the main cushion on the seat and screw in the 2 Phillips head screws. Uptice also gives you a Malibu sticker in either white or black, depending on which base you had, so go ahead and apply that, and then you're done. Enjoy your new seat riser.